Everyone likes a good rare toy every now and then, but how do you get them? Where do you get them? Well, there are a bunch of different places, but the one I use is Buyee. You've probably heard me talk about them in the past, but this time they actually decided to sponsor this video, which is something I thought I'd never say. Buyee is a proxy buying site that allows you to buy things from Japanese stores that wouldn't normally ship outside of Japan. The biggest place to use them on is Amazon Japan. All you have to do is add the browser extension, go to Amazon Japan or any other store from Japan, and find the item you want, click the extension, add it to your Buyee cart, or you can browse from the list of stores on their site to buy things like this, or even this. Like seriously, you can buy alcohol on here. My dad loves it. So if you want to check them out, there will be a link in the description down below. So what did I end up getting this time? Well, a lot. Let's just get right into it because there's quite a lot of crap. So to start with, I'm going from least exciting to most exciting. Well, to me, that means we're going to start with Studio Series Sentinel Prime. I mainly got this because it was retail price, and it's amazing what you can find on there that is retail or close enough to retail, like Studio Series Jetfire and Bone Crusher. Like I found my Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime, like on Amazon Japan, retail price, and that's what I bought it. Most of these toys are going to be featured in longer videos, so I won't spend too much time on each one, so moving on. Movie Advanced toys I love because they have some really cool decos in that space that I just want. Like Comic Colors, Protoform Prime, you got Rescue Ratchet and Wheeljack. But I really wanted a Jolt for 2 videos I have planned. So this was such a good price, like again, pretty much retail. But this brings me to something I wanted to discuss about buying overseas. Shipping. Always budget for your shipping when buying for anything. I'm speaking from experience here. I made this mistake once and I don't want you to do it again. Because of the whole world situation, COVID, backing up shipping ports, the unfortunate war in Ukraine, lots of places overseas aren't offering freight shipping by boat. China Post, Japan Post, Australia Post, etc. only offer air shipping to places like here, Canada, making it super expensive sometimes. So be careful about that. Fortunately, something like Jolt here from Buyee was only $30 to ship Canadian, which is a really good price. Like their individual shipping costs are very, very good. But once you add more and more, things start to get more expensive, just like anything. So always budget properly when you're buying from anywhere overseas. I made that mistake the first time I bought something overseas, and I just don't want you guys to make that again. So make sure you keep that in mind when buying anything overseas. But Jolt is really cool. This deco rocks. Now on to something a bit more fancy. RID 2015. Yeah, I just put the words fancy and RID 2015 in the same sentence. But these are Takara Adventures redecos of Steeljaw and Strongarm into Phantom Jaw and, well, Strongarm. I mainly got this for Phantom Jaw because I have the Hasbro Strongarm with toy hacks, but I must say this Strongarm looks great, Legacy Figure 1. I really love the Phantom Jaw colors, and I do want to get some more adventure stuff at some point. This TFCon I plan on getting mostly old toys, so they're on my list. Now I know these pieces so far aren't exactly super rare, but we'll get there, don't worry. Next up, we have this wee little Nemesis from Age of Extinction. This is one of those gimmicky toys from that line, and I got it just because the colors were super neat. And it was, again, retail price in stock. It's surprising what you'll find there at retail. But it's a tiny Prime that becomes a truck, and it does this, and yes, I have hit myself in the face with it. I know, fun. Now we're getting into the real meat and potatoes. Galaxy Force Deluxe 2-packs. Now I got these sealed. These are awesome. I mean, the toys in here are okay at best, each one having its own slew of QC issues on my copies, also having to do with them being so old and living in the boxes for ages, but I am so happy to have these deluxes because I have some plans for them. Also, I finally have this mold, and this is the peak physical form. Yes. Now we get into this thing. This is Takara Legends Megatron. You already saw a video on this recently, but I like the mold enough to grab this, which I feel is a superior deco. If you want to know more about my thoughts on this toy though, check out my latest Blitzwing video. It'll be carded somewhere throughout the video. Certain trade shows have exclusives, and the Tokyo Motor Show had a Transformers display in 2011, and they sold this. The Tokyo Motor Show exclusive Bumblebee, later repackaged and rebranded as Neo-Scanning Bumblebee to sell at retail in Japan. But I got the one with the Motor Show sticker on it, so I'm really happy about that. This is a clean Movie 1 deco of the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. It's really cool, and now I want all the other decos of this mold, so pain. This is Jeffrey. This thing is called Jeffrey Prime. I am never opening Jeffrey because A, this toy isn't great, and B, because I bought it for the fact that it's called Jeffrey Prime and it says Jeffrey on the box. It's so funny. I love it. I know there's a little like Jeffrey Prime, like a Legion class one, and I will get that eventually, so wish me luck. Now we get into the super rare stuff. These last two aren't the most common to find sealed anywhere, and they're really awesome. Starting with Hound. This is the best deco for this Hound mold in my opinion. It's different from the Autobots United pack. It's also different from the normal version. This is the Army Color version that you only got if you pre-ordered the Blu-ray from Amazon Japan, to my knowledge. This was a special version that came with Hound, but the Blu-ray I have is the normal one, and I got this separately. This Hound inspired the creation of a video talking about how a deco can make or break a mold, because I showed this to my friend, and he hates the original Hound mold, but he loved the way that this one looks. That Hound is fairly common over there. I find it every now and again, but here it's really difficult to find, like JD Red Knight, for example, but it's epic. Now this is Dark Optimus Prime, and I'm going to read a little excerpt from the wiki, the TF wiki here. Dark Optimus Prime could be purchased along with advanced tickets for the last night via movie cards from June 25th, 2017 on the Omni7 website, and from September 29th, 2017. So between that, if the item was purchased without advanced tickets, you could get it on September 29th, but it was a very limited run of this thing. This is the rarest thing I own. You had to pre-register basically to buy this thing, and it's a stunning deco. I wasn't a fan of the original toy, but this one I just much prefer. The deco, it just makes or breaks it for people, and this one makes it for me. I've only seen this once and I had to scoop it up. It's getting its own dedicated video because this deco is just really cool. But that's the sort of stuff you can find in Japan that we just don't get over here, and I wish we got stuff like this. Sure, there was no $12 Jetfire, but there were some really cool finds from both Amazon Japan and other places. There's even an Evangelion store if you want to go through that. But thank you for Buyee very much for sponsoring this video. And that's just a bunch of rare toys I got. They will get dedicated videos, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. But follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.